Hey folks, and welcome back to Minecraft. Haven't done this in a while, but there's been a new update, and yes, I'm kind of late to the party as it was over a week ago now by the time this video goes up. But there are a few new additions. I'll quickly go over some. There is a new skin pack 3. Oops. Nothing really standoutish about it compared to other ones. We do have Zombie Pigman and Zombie Herobrine. But as you see, I am on the trial version. But yeah, Left 4 Dead 2 characters, Gordon Freeman, and Atlas and Peabody, which is kind of cool, as well as the G-Man. So there's a few good ones there, but just comparatively to the prior releases, nothing too standoutish. We do get a little mention of all the new additions in the game, such as new terrains, new biomes. Now we do have strongholds, villages, abandoned mine shafts, underground ravines, rivers and swamps. New food such as chicken, beef, and rotten flesh from zombies finally, as well as watermelons, which I haven't actually come across yet. And other stuff we will get to later. We'll delete that because I've been having trouble with filming this video. If we go to create a new world, we get some new options as well. This stuff looks slightly different, and because we've got the new more options feature, we do have the ability to add different privileges and such for online play, remove TNT explosions and fire spreading, to avoid griefing or condone griefing, I guess, same with player versus player, and trust players as well, which means if we have to authorize a player to actually be able to mine / build. But this affects all games, single player or whatnot. I guess those do as well. TNT fire spreading, but you know, we do get ability to turn on and off structures, as well as turn it to super flat world, which just basically means no hills or anything like that. It's literally just pure flat, as well as bonus chest, which really is kind of a good addition. If you're new to the game, the bonus chest gives you a few materials in order so you don't spend a lot of valuable time starting up. Things like torches, a chest, a piece of wood, pickaxes, normal axes, I think maybe a sword if I remember right. Just enough materials to really get you on your way. But we'll look at the tutorial, because they're completely given that a complete overhaul. It's a completely different map, which means new Easter eggs and shite like that, really. So there's 12 chests hidden in this, which we'll find. Occasionally, the tutorial is actually very glitchy at the moment. I'm not sure if I'm the only one experiencing this, but first thing, I'm not able to demonstrate it because I just had it happen to me on this account. I was kind of using this account purposely to demonstrate it, but when you log into the tutorial first time, if you haven't already got the achievement, it seems you get the leader of the pack achievement, which is what you get for befriending 5 wolves. And on this account, I'd previously befriended 2 tops. So yeah, it really does add an achievement which you shouldn't really be getting otherwise. And we're going to chop some wood, so that will help us get to some of the chests that we'll need to get to in order to show you all those fantastic additions. So this area is very much the same, other than one addition actually, which I actually forgot to show, and I'll show that quickly after I've done mining this wood. Mining the wood? Chopping the wood down, I guess. That should be enough, hopefully. As you also notice, we've got a hunger bar and our health is down. Of course, that's to show you how hunger works. I don't care about that. Now they finally added gates. Oops. Pardon me. this one is worth showing. They've actually added gates to it, which has really been a long time coming if you ask me. But other than that, the tutorial landscape itself is very much the same, at least in this area. Now if you run down here, you spot a chest. This is the first, which gives you disc 1 of 12, and the disc title ironically is 13, as well as a jukebox and bow and arrow. Now our first chest that we're going to go for, pardon me again, I've got a bit of a crooked throat. Second chest rather, is there. That disc was cat, I believe. Yep. There's a chicken eagerly awaiting our arrival back down to Earth. So yeah, like I said, during the tutorial you might have noticed that we've got some food in our inventory. During the tutorial it does say, hey fatty, eat something. And so you do. Third chest that we're going to go for, kind of one of the more obvious ones, as well as the almost least obvious one. I didn't really go the most direct route to get it, did I? When I last recorded this, I did fall off the edge, so it's in the A. However, it's should I say, it's not predetermined which A it is, because of course Minecraft reads this way on this side and reads the same way on the other side. So it could be on the A on the other side, which means it's in the N on this side. So makes sense, should do. I was lucky. And since it's drawing to night, we probably should get some rest. As you see, the whole world out here has changed. Actually, I forgot to mention that before. There's some cake, which will fill us up for a while. Wrong door. Well, we should be able to sleep soon. So the outside tutorial world is completely different than it was last time. Some things are sort of similar. Some things are not so much. This should be the fourth chest, if I remember right. And gold's armor in there, but we've got diamonds, so it's just pitiful, really. Occasionally this tutorial freezes on me. I'm not really too sure why. And other thing I should note is if you die during this tutorial, the counter for the discs will disappear, so you will no longer get 102, 112, 2 of 12, etc, etc, when you find a chest. And if you quit and exit out of it, or yeah, pretty much if you quit and exit out of it and reload it as a save, all of the chests won't be there, pretty much. Well, some will because they were in your chunk that you previously loaded, but majority of them will no longer be accessible because just the way this is constructed, it's a kind of a tutorial bonus, and if you load the map as a save, it kind of loads it as a normal map. So, I mean, all the stuff that's pre-constructed for whatever reason is no longer there, because you haven't been there technically. It's kind of a weird thing, but it makes sense if you think about it, I guess. And we'll run on to, I guess, what is it now, the 6th chest. We're going to waste a lot of hunger doing this, but, you know, gotta starve a little to survive in Minecraft, I guess. There are a few things around the town like this sign. There's nothing written on either side of it. I'm not really sure what the point is. Maybe it's something they plan to add later, but at this point, who knows? Only 4J Studios really know, I guess. So now we'll head up here and head off to the next 2 chests, I guess. Again, we're in a NPC village, minus testificates because they're not yet added. We'll collect some wheat because we are beginning to get low on hunger. Oh, the other thing that was added, which is perhaps the best thing they've added, is food is now stackable. So no more filling your inventory up with pieces of bacon and things like that just to make it through one day. There are a few glitches in it that I've experienced so far. Occasionally sound won't play when you open doors with the left trigger, which is the interact trigger for those that don't know. Right trigger still makes sound by punching it open, but that's kind of annoying in some ways. Normally there's a crafting bench around. And we'll make some bread. We've got achievement, break bread. So if you watch the normal LP series, you'll now no longer see that achievement come up. How disappointing for you. And we've now got 11, but it's number 6. How confusing. We'll quickly race off to the next one. And if you notice, we've also got the eating animation, which I've always actually kind of liked since I added it. Of course, if you remember before, if you just tapped left trigger, the food would magically disappear down your gullet and restore hearts. Now you actually have to actively do an eating animation, which is, yeah, perhaps kind of annoying to some people, but I like it. I don't think this is the most direct route to get there, but it's really the only way I can ever see it. You see in the distance there again is another NPC village, and this time there is a red and blue flag above it, which means another disc up on that tower, and also means that we probably should get some more wheat to recharge our life while we're here. This is how all NPC villages are at the moment, so I'm not too sure how watermelons are implemented in the game. They are in the game. If you actually look at or you can get melon seeds that way. From what I remembered, they are generally spawned in villages, so I guess they're as rare as pumpkins. I don't know. You've yet to really try and find them. As you see there, that door for some reason won't make a sound. Neither that one. I'm not sure why that is. It's not just a tutorial that does that. We don't need another diamond shovel, but we've got another disc. 7 on 12. And the next disc is off in the distance a bit more. We have to take that boat to the island in the distance. Where's the sun? Middle of the day. We should be able to make it. We already know about boats, so thank you. Quite appropriate that I'm using the pirate skin. Anyway, quickly, time's a wasting. And I didn't mention before, but I should have, that we now have the charge ability for the bows. And also we can block with a sword. So 2 extra features that are very, very good. And why is this boat going so slow? Next chest found. The game stops being so buggy. Diamond pickaxe, and where are we now? Appropriate title for a CD. And that was a nice shot with the bow, Jesus. I probably should have actually ended it there. Probably should have saved that one for last to make it a bit more interesting, as the remaining chests, or remaining chests really aren't hidden in that very interesting of places. As you notice, we still don't have the crash into anything, game dies, and they didn't do a good job generating the world. Look at that. Just look at it. The remaining discs are back roughly where we started. So we should head that way-ish now. Hopefully I'm heading the right way. If you just heard that, there was an Enderman nearby. I didn't actually see him though. Even though it's coming night, we've got full diamond armor, an iron sword, bow and arrow. We should be fine to survive most of the night. It doesn't mean we can be careless, but you know, it doesn't mean we have to rush things tremendously. That's probably not the fastest way to go. Alright, we'll be going into it later, but that's not the direct place we want to go to right now. We want to go up here. Where the next chest is. Guess move that. Keep our hungry up. And the chest is out on that outcrop. Diamond sword, so we can get rid of the iron one. Who needs an iron one when we've got a diamond one? There really is no easy way down. There's no easy way down. There's no shortcut home. I had to. Next one, if you saw off the edge of the cliff, or you can actually see it now, there's a big tree with I guess a treehouse built in it. However, this part always freezes on me. Well, not always. Put it this way: if I climb to that, I climb to the top of the tree without exploring the surrounding area prior to it, it will freeze on me. If I explore the surrounding area, then climb to the top of the tree, it's no problem. However, I think it's something to do with again, bad generation of the map. Or bad choice of the tutorial world, because over that way is some lava next to some trees, so the trees catch fire. That's just 10 out of 12. So this, the trees catch fire. I think the game has trouble rendering that fast, and thus causing some problems. As you see, there's an Enderman. We won't look at him. I mean, we could, because we've got full iron armor, so it's not really... We annoyed him. And actually, I just noticed it's not the difficult Enderman that they added later on. It's the first time they added the Enderman, where he was actually very easy to kill. Cause I think Endermen usually take more than 2 swings of a diamond sword. I know diamond swords are the strongest weapon in the game, so to speak, but surely, from what I remember, he takes a bit more damage than that. Oh well, who's complaining? Not me. So we'll go back to that area we saw before. There's the outcropping. There we got the last chest. And we've got some delicious rotten flesh. Which I figure we might as well eat. Get rid of that. And as you see, meat bars have turned green, which means, I'm sure most of you know, is kind of a impairment of sorts. It means meat bars go down quicker, which happens in, I guess, roughly 9 times out of 10 when it comes to eating rotten flesh. I'm guessing the kind of joke is it's turning you into a zombie. Kaboom. It's much far too away to bother about. I'm guessing the joke is it turns you into a zombie so you become more hungry. But generally speaking, rotten flesh is fine to eat if you're desperate. Oh, I didn't actually notice you there. So the rest of it is get rid of him. I didn't want him to blow up. Precious redstone mechanics. Machinery. Now we sit and wait. Yeah, they've still got the redstone bridge here, or self-repairing bridge. It's actually, looking at it, Pig must have fallen into the lava. They did a better job of it this time. If you remember last time, there was just a lot of wiring there, which was mostly unnecessary. They've condensed a lot more, just done a better job all round in terms of making the bridge. But there we go. We're across into a delicious looking castle. I guess there's 2 things I should point out here. There's something behind this wall, and the lever for it is up here. And what do you know? It's a nether portal. There's nothing interesting in the portal. It's just a portal that it takes you to nether, and they didn't build anything into it, which they could have done. I kind of expected it, to be fair, going into that there'd be some special version of it. And the last disc is here, with some iron armor. We found 12 of 12 discs. Happy trails to us. Yeah, thought so. Thought I played that one. That's pretty funky. I'm gonna play all of them the whole way through. I think I'm crazy. That one's funky, I like it. Scary. The cow mooing in the background is really taking away from it. It's you that's making the noise. That one. Anyway, next city. I actually like that one. Probably my favorite. Hope there was more ones I didn't play. Yeah. So that's it. That's all the 12 discs. I figured that one making noise. In terms of other Easter eggs, currently, oh, you doing okay there, man? Whoa, settle down. So yeah, that's all. What more is there to say? I don't know. You tell me. It seems to set the Minecraft sign on fire like usual, but really, should you be bothered to set all that up again? I really can't be asked. Like, I'm not even going to get any flint. Wow, diamond shovels don't give you flint apparently. Never knew that before. There we go. You know what? Let's break the rule. We're gonna dig straight down. It's probably not that good to do it when you're just landing in water. Annoyingly, that message doesn't go away until you ride the minecart. Apparently this whole world is built on the ocean. Interesting. Let's try this one more time. Actually, I'll tell you what. We'll go and investigate that mysterious sign. Hello. Well, apparently there's, as I kind of said, nothing here. Oops. Well, that's the end of this episode. If you know anything else I missed out, comment below, and I'll, I guess, add something. Until then, see you in the future. Bye bye for now.